Hey everyone, today I'm going to take you on a little hike around the Badlands Loop at Zabriskie Point. I'm pointing the camera the way I'm pointing it because the sky's pretty spectacular right now. So this is a shorter loop. The main interesting loop that I think here is the Gower Gulch Golden Canyon, and that's a little bit longer. It's late in the day, so I've just got time for the short one. But I thought I'd make a little video for y'all because the conditions look like they're pretty good. We might have a great sunset tonight, so I'm going to kind of hustle along this loop and maybe be back at Zabriskie Point in time to witness the sunset. So you can see the parking area there behind me, and then I'm kind of heading west, and I'll show you just as we get to this little saddle here, the scene opens up. Really nice conditions this week. Walk down the trail here, so from the parking lot we go down a kind of a steep hill, and we're going to get into Gower Gulch just a little bit. That's going to be pretty nice. It's always nice to get in there. If you look in the distance, you can see the snow-capped peaks over there. There's the one on the far left, just on the shoulder of that darker ridge. That's Telescope Peak, and that's the highest peak around, and that's at 11,000. You can see the peeps up there at the lookout. That's Zabriskie Point, kind of a photographer's mecca. And here's a little more of a telephoto shot, so you can see the snow-capped peaks over there. And then we can also get a little better view of the lookout out there and the little ants running around. Okay, now we're down in the thick of it. We do a little descent, and we're kind of down in among all these little mounds. Real nice shades of beige and brown, and a little bit of reddish. The sky is developing quite nicely. I think we're going to have a nice sunset. Could be awesome. So sunset is, this loop I'm doing is 2.5 miles, and I got to get it cracked out in less than an hour in order to be in time for sunset, because of course I want to be there up at the lookout. Wow, it's just really, God, such a beautiful sky. Let's see what's going on behind me. Ooh, that's not too shabby either. All right, this is probably where we head up the gulch. If we go that way, that's the Golden Canyon, which is the longer route, and if we go Badlands Junction. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do this. Zabriskie Point, and we've got 1.6 miles to go. All right, just talked to those folks. They're actually doing the same loop I am, but it's a little confusing down here if you've never been here, and they were, obviously it's getting late. Guy's in a t-shirt, it's getting cold. So I think they were a little bit concerned about being, on course. So they were kind of happy to talk to someone that knows more or less where they're going. So now we're in the, this is a side wash, and then we're probably going to come to the Gower Gulch and turn left, and we may find more of a kind of a dark gray rock that's present in the Gower Gulch, and that's a real distinctive feature of the Gower Gulch. And that's what, when you take the iconic photograph from Zabriskie Point, you see that wide ribbon of dark gray, gravel in the wide wash juxtaposed against the sort of buff, beige, brown, sandy, you know, cliffs. Or these colors here, these really subtle shades of beige and brown, and the dark ones ahead there, and then a little bit of subtle, just tiny bit of pink in there. Yeah, this little sign is telling you to stay right. So I think we've got to go down a little bit more, and then we'll be in the Gower Gulch. Okay, we're coming up on the Gower Gulch here, and you can see that the rock in the gulch is a darker gray for the most part. Check out the sign here, but this is going to bring us back to Zabriskie Point. This is the Gower Gulch Junction, Zabriskie Point trailhead, 1.3 miles, and the Golden Canyon, that's down on the Badwater Road down there. It's 2.2 miles that way. And that's definitely, if you have more time, that's the hike you want to do, all the way down. You can go either down or up the gulch and then back on the Golden Canyon Trail. This is what I was talking about, where you get the contrast between the grayish rock and the buff beige mounds, which is really striking, and I really love how this looks. You can look down the valley behind me there. That's where the sun will be setting. I'm not sure we're going to get a lot of red and pink tonight, but if we were going to get a lot of it, I would almost expect that it would already be, you know, happening now, but it ain't, so we'll see how it develops. Okay, as we round the bend here, we can see Zabriskie Point right up top there, and all those little specks up there are people. They're here for the sunset. Now, as a photographer, you want to be here in the morning at sunrise. That's the time to photograph, but sunset from here is nice, but doing photography, everything's so backlit that you're just going to get silhouetted mountains against the sky. So now, when we get up here just a little bit, if you want to stay on the Badlands Trail, what you do is you take a left. It's kind of a lollipop. We end up going back the same way we came out to the first junction. But what I'm going to do is kind of take a cross-country route and end up, I'm going to climb straight up to that, to the lookout up there. So I'll just catch the edge up there and just work my way up and make it up to the top there. It's not particularly arduous, but it's a little bit of a chore. Okay, to my left is, you can see where that sign is. That's the junction where I went up the ridge up that way and to make the loop. So you're supposed to go back that way, and we are headed this way. And looking back, it's really pretty, but we're not getting pink yet. I'm not giving up though. I think it might be a little bit too overcast. In order to get the pink, the sun has to kind of peek under the clouds a bit, I think, at the horizon. So we'll see if that happens. We might be past the hour where if it's going to happen, it would have happened already, but okay, there's any number of ways you can get up. Oh man, that was a lot of work. Just came up from the gulch there. Pretty steep, but manageable. I don't think we're getting any pink tonight. I think I better bid my adieu before I lose all my light. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you like adventures like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd be really grateful. So thanks, and until next time, thanks for watching.